full-blown massaging button-activated seats, soft closed doors, both heated and cooled seats, M Sport package with the upgraded headlights, no motorized assisted closing trunk. However, that's not what this video is about. If you take a look, so the second I found out I was not getting the LCI, I just immediately started thinking about upgrades that I would prefer in the LCI over the pre-LCI, and one of those things were the big giant updated screen. Now, and I went on Alibaba or AliExpress, which comes with a few more things as well. The whole harness comes with a bracket as well, some heavily needed trim pieces, you know, cheap plastic, nothing crazy. And I think this is some sort of GPS antenna, which I don't think I'm gonna run either. Bruh. Oh, T15. Oh, wow. In the beauty of YouTube, I'm just gonna act like that was this easy to come off. I just realized I was not recording the whole time. How you guys think that looks, by the way? I didn't even realize this, but this was normally right here before in this diffuser. Oh, almost, whoa, bro, almost stepped on that joint. What you guys think about the front? Nothing much changed. I just took off the little front plate, but the front lip that I got coming is also, you know, I don't want to spoil that, but big body things, man. Oh, don't mind my hands, a little scraped up. Actually, check this out. I'm low-key thinking about just leaving it like this. Seeing what my guy Phil from Pro Dipper could do without doing any type of paint work. Can he buff that out? I don't know. So here it is, all plugged in, all done. What do you guys think about it? I think it looks pretty good. It looks a little bit blurry, but nothing too crazy. It allows me to use a touchscreen for, this is the Android side of things, and the touchscreen is kind of responsive. Look, it's pretty cool. You got the apps. You have a bunch of stuff, you see? You can go to the Play Store, download YouTube, run the Wi-Fi hotspot. Like, this thing is pretty dope. When I go into the BMW menu with the radio, thank you for letting me go, I'm not able to use the touchscreen. Bruh, what's good, man? Your boy Mike going for a little walkity walk out here in Harlem. In Harlem. Feel of just changing the tiniest thing in your car can mean so much and do so much. Something so little, something that I didn't really think will change that much. Before we get into that, a little sneak preview of later on in today's video. Bowers & Wilkins illuminated speaker grills for the interior. I think this is one of the last pieces of the puzzle to turn the interior into something of greatness. Doesn't have any Bowers & Wilkins part number on it or anything like that. I mean, they're all made in China at the end of the day. It feels super good though too. This is a mid-range door speaker. It honestly feels pretty solid. Like, it's got some weight to it. So, silver illuminated door pocket speakers for the car. I don't know what's going on with it. Maybe the key battery is dying, but you gotta kind of hold it super close in order for it to work. Finally, it got back in the car. You thought I was stealing it. It took me so goddamn long, but yo, this modification right here transformed the interior, like, not even a question. So unfortunately, you see we are right here back with the tiny screen, the 10.5 2-inch screen. I wasn't a fan of the bigger screen. I just rather return and get my money back. I paid about $500 for it. So $500 I'm paying to get rid of a screen that works perfectly fine is just a little bit smaller. Didn't make any sense to me. I cannot use my touchscreen anymore on the BMW side. CarPlay, got Banks playing in the background, but yeah, man, it just feels so good. It's so smooth. Fortunately, I was doing research, and apparently I can't run a 12.3-inch screen. People have been having a lot of issues with the 17s and the 18s. They're getting lucky with the 19s and the 20s. Obviously, it's a direct plug and play because it's iDrive 7. So I'm a little screwed. I wish I would have done more research in the beginning. I probably would have went for the LCI car because that would have been sort of like one of those deal breaker things. But Mike got the 17, the pre-LCI. We just gonna run with it and yeah, continue to modify this thing to my liking. What do you guys think about the carbon fiber interior? I think it is super dope from Keys Motorsports. I love those guys. And you also get one of these things, a tag, almost every order, and a sticker as well. I got to find a place to put the sticker. I think I might put it in the typical spot that I put my Keys Motorsports stickers for. That is pretty much the only sticker I'd put in this car. But check out the freaking interior, the carbon fiber trim. Bro, it is amazing, astonishing. I have a few more things I have to do. I definitely have to fix that little thing right there. And we have to install the lighted speakers that goes here and here. I have a few extra carbon pieces here. Where do these go? Where does this go? This trim piece, which I call it completely optional, covers the black here. My goal was to just cover all of the nasty wood. So you see right here, and I think it looks super dope. You have black with this little chrome dividing strip or silver dividing strip, and then carbon, carbon, carbon. I just think it looks a little bit too much carbon fiber. This you gotta be like freaking forceful as hell, this thing. Woo! Out with the old, in with the new. I read a lot of reviews saying that the tweeters in this thing, not so great. So, what I'm gonna do is remove the tweeter out of here and swap over the tweeter that came with the car. If you look over there, I wired the ambient lighting to go with the pink part. So I thought the top was supposed to be pink, but no matter what I do, no matter where I wired it, if you take a look, you have, see how this one's pink and this one's blue? I wired it to the pink deliberately, but it still comes blue. It's weird, I'll show you. See, this one still comes back as pink. If you look, that's still freaking pink. But now watch what happens when I connect this. It's freaking blue. I don't understand. I feel like this is how it should have been done. But I guess they didn't account for us Ripping off door panels. Alright, everything is good. I gotta just hit that on when I get up there. Everything should be ready to go on. Don't forget that piece right there. I'm gonna screw it up and forgot to mention one more time. These things have to be popped out first in order for them to not break when you put them in. So I'll kind of show you what I mean. You see this? No, I think these are already out. And if they, sometimes too, to make it a little bit easier on myself, I give this a squeeze just so it'll like kind of go back into place. Probably not necessary, but it helps me. Man, back like we never left, bro. This is one thirsty girl. FYI, I did not do that. I don't think I would ever do that. Comment section below if you think it's tacky, but yeah, I bought it like that. That's pretty cool though. I couldn't wait for the night to go for a little drive in this thing, man. Whew, complete. I didn't do the speakers for the back yet because I didn't know how it was going to come out. But now that I see how it looks, I'm 100% ordering the whole setup for the back. The grills, if they have the ambient lighting things, like, I'm getting it, bro. This is a whole vibe in here, bro. Back over here to go to the supermarket for something else. I get some of my stuff from Whole Foods and some of my stuff from Stop & Shop, because Stop & Shop, for some reason, the salmon be going bad and it don't taste that good. But Whole Foods salmon be hitting. Release just did the dumbest shit ever, and I'm in fucking Crocs, bro. The dumbest thing ever. Bruh, I heard a sound when I was leaving my house, and I didn't care to listen to what that sound was or think about what that sound was. Bro, I left my damn keys. My keys flew off of the roof when I was filming the B-roll. And now I'm stuck at freaking Whole Foods in Port Chester. Not that bad, not that far though. But yo, how's it going? How you doing, man? Good, I had a strange request. Please. Wait a minute. I think I see him. Ah, yes, I see him. I see them. My car keys. Oh, my garage key. Where is it? Oh, my God. Got it. Bro, my garage clicker is shot. I think someone ran it over. Let me see my car keys. Hopefully these are good, right? Nah, the car keys look good. It's all good, man. We're back, finally. Oh, thank God. There's the car. Yo, that dude had like spiders in that shit. It's a big dude be in that car too. I could barely fit in it. Yo, we back. We are back. Dang! I cannot believe I did that. Quick side note. I've been averaging 22 miles per gallon. Like, bro, this car, especially with a better tank or bigger tank, has been lasting me, I mean, longer obviously than X3, but the same miles per gallon as the X3. Damn, bro, we just dropped to the gulag. I go. All right, we made it back, and don't judge me. One, this little light, I know this light be half dead sometimes. And two, the fact that I freaking not even locked my keys, but I left my keys. But we back, and in typical fashion with this whole 540 thing, if you guys stayed so long in the video, I want to share a sneak peek of the next video when your boy doesn't get so freaking lazy. Check me out.